Hey there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a 50-point battle report. And again, I'm past Grokon, so I'm trying out some different casters. Going to have a little bit more fun with it. And in this game here, I'm going to be going with Nemo3. Now, I think in the past, I've used him maybe once. I was on a Nemo kick for a while there before, but that was more Nemo 2. Nemo 3 seemed interesting, but I just never really got into him. So I'm trying out him here. I'm running him with a Thunderhead, a Stormclad, a Storm Collar, a max unit of Storm Guard, a Storm Strider, which I dropped just before I got in here, so he's missing some parts. Also got Junior, I got Finch that comes for free, I got Reinhold, and then also Gun Mages with UA. On the other side, I should say that this player here is fairly new. He jumps from faction to faction, has like the starter box for each one, and this is pretty much like all the Khador he owns. But it's going to be Vlad 1 running Drago, a Juggernaut, and a Destroyer. He has the Widowmakers, he has the Pikemen, a min-size unit of Winter Guard, a max unit of Winter Guard with UA. He also has Joe, and he also has the Codorn Lord, and also a Mortar. I believe that's everything, but hey, I might be forgetting something. The scenario we're going for here is Incursion. First one of 5, you get 1 for controlling a flag, 2 for dominating, as long as it's not the center one. Dominating the center one just gets you 1 point. And after the first turn, one of these will disappear. So I won the initiative, and I decided that I wanted to go first, just because, since I'm shooty up against combat, I want to make sure I get the jump up there, and he picked that side over there. Now we're calling the 2 pieces of terrain here on the left hills. The little thing in the center there is an obstruction, like you can't move through it. We have a forest, and we got a wall on the right. Now after he deployed and went with these matchups, I was kind of regretting having the Thunderhead here on the right side. He really wants to zap all the stuff on the left. But another thing I noticed too is whereas I tried balancing out where my things were, his stuff is really focused around the left side here. Now that's kind of understandable given as how the forest would really be in his way on the right, but this could really be a coin flip as who gets the advantage, because if the one on the left stays, he will have the advantage. If the one on the right stays, I have the advantage. But then again, I have a lot of anti-infantry in here, so I could probably clear those guys out pretty quick. So I get first turn, I'm putting up Arcane Shield on the Storm Strider, I have Electrify up onto the Storm Clad, and I also have the +2 armor, and also I don't care about crippled systems up on the Thunderhead. And really, I'm just kind of getting up there. Gun Mage is taking position and waiting to see which flag disappears and how aggressive he's going to be. So on his turn, I don't believe he gets any spells off. He really is just running up with all his force here. And again, I mean, looking from this, I really hope it's the left flag that disappears. He has a lot of guys here. And like I said, there's a lot of anti-infantry in this list. I mean, the Thunderhead is unfortunately very out of position, but I have the double shot from Nemo 3 that can kill lots of guys. I have all the Electro Leaps. I have Chain Lightning. I mean, yeah, I can kill guys for days. So in that way, I can kind of deal with the left, but man, it is a lot of dudes. So yeah, kind of hoping it disappears so I don't have to really deal with it. And luckily, that's what happens. I win the coin flip, and the left flag disappears. So on my turn, I decide I want to really get here on the right, try and start scoring, while at the same time trying to whittle him down and tie him up. So first thing I do is I'm upkeeping all the spells I had up there, allocating a couple of focus. It's really nice. I mean, Finch doing an upkeep for free, giving out extra focus whenever you give out focus. It's really focus efficient, and something I was appreciating already. Otherwise, what I did is the gun mages come up and they do some shooting into the Widowmakers, only kill 1. I had to do a little swap here, so the Stormclad is running off here to the right to be dealing with this flag, while the Thunderhead is just staying here more in the center. Did a couple of shots with Nemo, killing off some of his pikemen. Also going and blasting in twice with the Storm Strider, killing even more pikemen. Stormcaller went, zapped another pikeman, and then what I really want to make sure didn't happen is I didn't want to get his jacks time me up here on the right before I got to deliver the Thunderhead. So really just kind of threw up here all my Storm Guard, hoping just to be in the way of his jacks and just getting in the way and giving him something to shoot. Because if I just really kept them and ran them to the right, his guys could run as well, and I'd rather he's busy fighting on this flank. So on his turn, he has... Okay, first of all, his Widowmakers on the right basically go and clear out most of the Storm Guard that are in the way anyway. You know, I was kind of hoping he'd be looking there on the right, but no luck for me. After that, he moves up with his Winter Guard. He shoots down more of my guys. He's able to shoot down the Storm Caller. But in the end, his pikemen had one that was right in their grill, and they had to lose their activation to kill that guy. Then Vlad pops his feet, and he throws up Drago and the Juggernaut. Drago comes up short, so good news there, but he did get his Juggernaut to my Thunderhead. Wasn't able to do tons of damage. You know, I'm armor 21 and have pretty good defense and stuff. But yeah, with him being there and engaging me, I can't really move up and zap things, which is maybe not so bad because after I looked at this positioning, I mean, I only really have a 12 inches of threat of moving up 6 and zapping, and that really wouldn't have gotten that much at this point. So maybe it's okay that I can kill this guy first, he'll come in, and I can zap after. But yeah, didn't really plan on taking this damage. Otherwise, over here, just kind of showing again, Drago coming up short. And that's the thing about War Machine. It is a game of inches. And here, if Drago had one more inch, this Stormclad, well, actually, you know, to be completely fair, I wouldn't have been that bad over here because with Electrify, he could only hit me once and then I'd be zapping him back. So he only would get one hit anyway. But hey, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Comes up short and I take no damage. So otherwise on my turn, my two big objectives is to really whittle down the force on the left and to try and kill off both jacks. So I let the spell fall off the Thunderhead, upkeep the other two. Otherwise, what I do on the right side is the gun mages are shooting off at the Widowmakers a little bit more. We're able to kill one more there. And also push back and knock down the Destroyer who had shot and killed two of my gun mages last time. I came over with my Nemo, and what he did is, first of all, he went and put up the Lightning Shroud up onto the Thunderhead to make him 2 stronger, and then I was able to zap the Destroyer twice. That was able to make it Electroleap over and kill off the marksman there as well. So he's doing a little bit of work. Otherwise, in the combat against the Juggernaut, I just can't really finish that guy off. You know, the armor 20 is pretty hard to deal with, and I'm able to destroy his axe, but I did not destroy his Cortex, which has me worried. So what I do is I send in Finch because she has disruption on her fork. So she comes in, disrupts the thing, so that's going to really help me survive. Otherwise, the Stormclad, he's POW 19, so he's able to do it, no problem. He takes down Drago. On the left side, I zap and I kill some more of his guys, and then send in the Storm Guard. They kill guys. They're electro-leaping into more guys, and really just getting in the way. So on this turn, because I'm on the flag, I'm able to score once, and so at this point it's 1-0. So on his turn, he comes back, kills off all the rest of my Storm Guard. He goes, and we can't allocate to the Juggernaut, but he does still some okay damage to me. He gets back up with the Destroyer, and he walks up, and he's able to kill my leader with the help of the marksman there. And when I lost the UA, it was only at this point I realized, oh yeah, you don't just take him because he ignores stealth. He makes it so the unit ignores concealment and camouflage. So whereas aiming, I was like hitting those guys on 9s, it should have been much easier. You know, this is one of the things where I don't use gun mages very often. And when I do, I didn't take the UA. So, it's games like this where it's good to have these because you get to learn these abilities so that when it's a tournament game, then I will know my full tool allotment. But he's able to clear off the guy there, so I can't score. Plus, now I am under half, so they can't score anymore at all anyway. Otherwise, one of the biggest things happening here is Vlad is up in my face. He pretty much decides that, hey, let's just go and push and get this thing done with, especially since the stuff I have on the left really doesn't hit all that hard. I mean, the Thunderhead can, but he's tied up with the Juggernaut, so he has Vlad there right in my face with the Blooded Kings, and it's at this point here I start wondering if I should actually go for assassination, because if I free myself up from the Juggernaut, especially if I put back on the upkeep that makes it so I don't care about crippled systems, I can come over, I can pop my feet, I can zap him with the pulse, buy 3 more shots that'll automatically hit, and even though his defense is really high, I can actually hit him with all these boosted attacks and do some real damage. So the first thing that doesn't really help is I come over here with Finch and I decide, hey, what would be awesome is if I did my Force Hammer. I'm looking at Nemo's card. He has a lot of cool tools. And so I figure, hey, if I do a Force Hammer, I can send Finch through his guy here, through Vlad, and then I can knock him down. And then not only am I hitting him with the Thunderhead, but I'm also going to be able to shoot him with the Storm Strider as well. And this will be great. Well, here's the 2 problems. One, when I do the Force Hammer, I only send her 1 inch. And because of positioning and not wanting it, so I'm engaging and getting a back arc and stuff like that, the 1 inch is not enough. I needed to get 2. So, yeah, he is not knocked down. And then as well, because I'd use all 4 focus to do that, I no longer have the focus to put that upkeep back in the Thunderhead. So if he takes out my Cortex, this could be bad news. And at this point, it's basically a coin flip where the damage will go. So, yeah, kind of bad news. And then, once you know it, I back up here with the Thunderhead. He takes his free strike, and he destroys the Cortex. So, this assassination attempt is coming down really quickly. Plus, I also kind of learned at this point, too, that the math was wrong. When he was telling me the defensive stats, he said it was 18-18, but he forgot that he was camping a bit and that he was getting some more from Blooded Kings, I believe. So he's actually quite a bit higher in armor. So this whole focus on the assassination was pretty foolish to begin with. So in the end, what I'm able to do is kill the last of the pikemen, kill a few more of the Winter Guard and stuff like that. I run over with the Stormclad over to the flag, so I'm able to control for another point, making it 2-0. The Gun Mages are able to kill the last of the Widowmaker and push back the Juggernaut, the Destroyer a little bit more. But, yeah, I'm looking at this, and I am really worried, because what can happen here is that if he's able to destroy my Thunderhead, he can put on Boundless Charge and basically charge through and get to Nemo, and it's game over. And it's just, me kind of looking back and feeling so foolish, because that Force Hammer thing was just such a stupid play. I mean, it's one of those things where, hey, it's a newish caster. You want to try out all his fancy tools, but man, at a 4 focus play, it was a lot of dedication for little effect. And in the end, all I did was kill off Finch and lose my Cortex on the Thunderhead. So bad news, but at least I'm in a very strong scenario position for the right if I don't die. And luckily I don't die. The Juggernaut comes in, and he only allocates 2 focus, and with that 2 focus, he is not able to destroy me. Probably need to do 3, so that's really nice. The Destroyer coming over here to the right, shooting and not doing really any damage there, and so since he's not contesting, I score again, making it 3-0. something I haven't been mentioning is his mortar has been cranking my Storm Strider, so it's already past half dead, especially after a little bit more damage here. Vlad trying to work his way around the left side now, killing off Junior, so I'm going to lose Arcane Shield, but hey, at this point, I'm sitting at good for scenario, and Nemo didn't die, so I can run away and just try and win that way. So that's what I do. I put an Electrify onto the Thunderhead and then basically just charge on over with Nemo to get the hell away. Reinhold runs away. And pretty much I had 3 tokens on the Storm Strider. It does some boost hits onto Vlad, but fails to hit. Attacking with the Thunderhead onto the Juggernaut does a little bit of damage, but nothing too serious. And then otherwise, I just go and I shoot the Destroyer twice, move him back, and score again, making it 4-0. So finally on his turn, he takes a look at it, and there's just no way to really get it done. He was too far away to allocate focus to the Destroyer, so the Destroyer couldn't run to get things engaged. So really, he's able to come in, he destroys the Thunderhead. If he was a little bit closer, maybe he could have got the charge off on Nemo, but he was a few inches short, even with Boundless Charge. So really, he just kind of came up here to curse me, but I'm going to get my last point and get the win. So there we go. I mean, if you look at the board at the end, I am looking in bad shape, right? Like he's the one that has infantry left. He has 2 jacks to my 1, and my caster is just running for the hills with Vlad chasing me down. But luckily for me, I was able to get off scenario. We were talking about it after that. I actually thought he was going to get it for scenario because when he advanced that first turn, I assumed that he was going to start scoring off the center flag. But he never really went after it. I mean, the 2 jacks dedicated it over to my jacks instead of being a little bit more defensive. And then his Destroyer was working its way to the right side as well. Probably something he should have done is, I mean, the Cooldown Lord really wasn't doing much for him, but those little solos are great for just walking up and scoring on flags like these. You don't need to dedicate an entire unit. So they could have done that. Vlad could have been pretty safe in the center, dominating for 1 as well. But hey, I mean, I'm liking Nemo3. There's some changes I'd like to make to the list. Namely, I'd like to drop the Storm Guard. They are really good for anti-infantry, especially under the feet. But I don't need anti-infantry with this list. I got enough. So I'm going to be looking at changing them out for Storm Blades with UA and weapon attachments, and they'll also benefit from the feet, but they'll hit harder, and they'll give the Stormclad a free focus. So good times all around, and anyway, hope you guys like watching this, and if you have any comments on the game or my list, please make them below. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.